is really a test right now. Um, I'm trying to see how I could possibly use OBS to record other videos of me just talking. I really wanted just to talk today about a really topic that today that I felt was really important that frustrated me at work. So, I keep looking over there like I'm looking for a chat. There's no chat. This is just me recording myself. So yeah, but this is similar Twitch setup I use. But this is what you see, like chat here. It's currently my Twitch setup. This is now gonna be a video setup as well. When I want to just talk at the camera. I'm about to actually go live here, probably in half an hour. Do some other stuff. So I could go 54 hours and 16 minutes. I guess it's approximation, but basically 2 days ish before the computer's full. So I'm not gonna go that long. Probably about 15 minutes, hopefully. That's rough, but this is just sort of me testing. But I also wanted to talk about a main problem I had today that a customer got really upset with me, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I can't really help you there. But let's gonna talk about it. So currently in Walmart, at least my Walmart, my store, my experiences, I do want to clarify that this is not the opinions, or this is or is not the opinions and something of the other of Walmart. This is my own personal experience. So to clarify, that is fact of what I'm going on. This actually, so let me get to the point. OSL is, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's basically a separate company from U.S. Cellular, AT&T, Verizon, that kind of thing. And they come into Walmart stores to sell contract phones. I don't know what else that they go in the other stores or whatever, but our store has OSL that comes in to sell contract phones or do the prepaid phone sales and activate those through their computer there, which is it's a whole different system, and it's not really built in the training. It's not really built in the staffing. It's not really built in anything my job wise for me to do that. I understand the frustration when a customer when a customer will come in and say, "Hey, I want this phone here." Well, actually, sir, I can't sell you that phone. It's through a completely different separate system. They are, blah, 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 you know. I understand the frustration for a Walmart associate, can't actually sell you a item in Walmart. I understand that. But on the other hand, you gotta understand with me here that it's not something I can control. If the vendor is only there at certain hours, you have to come back during those certain hours. And it's not a magical wand I can. It's a separate system that they have to use. I couldn't, like, if you want them to set it up, you want them to see why the bill's wrong, they're going to be 100% more effective with what they're doing than me really managing it. I'm trying to get a good distance. I'm using my hands. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say it just, I felt a wave of irritation off this man. And I know it wasn't towards me. It wasn't my fault. But I couldn't help him. I couldn't help him. And obnoxious. Really early in the morning. I keep looking for a chat. There isn't a chat. Ah! Um, but yeah, so the way it works. So like you'll see online or on TV, hey, store activation. Like you can get this for this or that for that. It is 9 times out of 10 through them, and I can't speak for all Walmart. I can't speak for all Walmart associates. I can't speak for whatever. I speak from my own experiences, and it's just not there. And when we when I started back in electronics, me and my manager both said we're gonna take that out of the equation. For a while, they were doing that, but they were having a hard time, and they were not turning over the customers well enough. They were because it's not trained. We're not trained to do it. We don't have access to the same phone numbers. We don't have access to the same systems. Like those vendors have more. So those phone vendors have more options in the computer. They have more phone numbers to call. They network with other they go to other stores and they network. They talk to U.S. Cellular representatives and all that kind of stuff, and they make those connections with some people, and I don't. So even if I were somehow able to do that job without the training, it's going to be 100% more beneficial for you to go talk to them. So, as OSL vendor, and when the sad thing is, they're not there 100% of the time like we are. We're not like I'll be there when the store opens. My coworker will be there when the store closes, but he is only there during opportune hours, um, in the middle of the day. He's not from 6 to 11 when the stores open. At same hours the stores are open, and that is really a drawback overall. But it's it's the hours he's working. He only can work what he's scheduled. I mean, it's a separate company. We can't control it. um, he does great. They do a great job. He does a great job at our store. But again, I understand the frustration, but it's not needed when I Walmart associates have this idea of being lazy. Like everyone has the idea of we're lazy, all this other stuff, and it's somewhat the case, somewhat not the case, because half the time we can't help. Like, oh, no one's unlocking the case. Well, no one knows where the keys are. No one has the keys, or the keys went on lunch, or like it's. Why am I? I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, it's a whole number of things, and it's a lot of it's out of our control. And a huge thing I run into a lot of the time is at 6 o'clock, someone needs golf ball case, someone needs fishing license, or someone needs something else on the other side of the store, and I'm not able to do that. Like it's my keys are specific. Like there's a reason, rhyme and reason for who it was. What I can't talk too much about it, I don't think, but there's a rhyme and reason for what. And I promise, 9 times out of 10, if you approach nicely, like we're there 8 hours a day. We know who has what, what's going on. Like we're running a business. We're not magicians. So yeah. I just completely got off the rails. Uh, so big thing to that really just again grinded my gears is that the anger about the fact that I can't, like, no one can help me. I'm like, no one right now can help you, but he's here. I give you the information, and then yet you still think it's my fault. What good does that do? What good does it have cursing except you make me feel better? Now I feel like you ruined my day. I still have to be there 8 hours a day. I still have to, like, I know it's my job, and but I people don't need that negativity thrown on them because I don't have an answer. Like I say it nicely, I say it appropriately as I can. Like, hey, actually, sorry, um, this person who can sell these phones here and here are not in today. He's only available this time during these hours, these days a week. Like, what else do you want? um, that's the gist of it, and I keep saying I understand the anger, but it's not needed. Like I know, like you might have been waiting there for X amount of time, and you were like expecting a sale of a phone sale. Like we don't make commission. Walmart associates do not make commission, and I can't understand anger. I understand and I understand the anger. I understand the frustration. I don't get the anger. I guess that's a good way to put it. Um, but yeah, that really just sort of soured my morning this morning. Soured my morning this morning. Um, and I wanted to talk about it. OSL is a separate company. We also don't offer tech services for phones, electronics, or whatever in the store. Anyone that does, anyone that has, or anyone that will is going above and beyond for you. I want to can't express that enough. Let's say it's 7 o'clock in the morning and you have a question about your phone. Why is it doing this? I will try my best, but we cannot really touch the phone. We cannot really go into the phone too deeply. It is all about that. What is so loud? Oh my god, my headset's on. The mouth stream Max Packs. Sorry, I was like, where is that sound coming from? Um, can't express enough. We don't make. I don't know what. We don't offer tech support. That's what it was. Tech support. Yeah, we don't offer tech support. Anyone that does, anyone that will have, or whatever, is going above and beyond. And when me and my manager also went back there, there was another rule: is we're not setting up phones. We're not doing all that. We're not. It's a lot of complaints that were happening was that this, that, or the other. They're waiting too long. They didn't do this right. They didn't do that right. Blah blah blah. And so about a year, I think 6 months to a year, because that's how long some of those plans are. Because a lot of people are coming in and not learning how to put on their own phone plan for their prepaid service. And the reason prepaid service is so cheap is because it's self service. Um, I didn't want to talk too much about other topics, really. I apologize for my rambling. But when I get going about it, I get going. Again, I guess I want to go back to the core of my video. I don't want to deteriorate too much. OSL is a phone vendor that comes in from outside the store that does not work for Walmart. It's paid by Walmart to do a very specific job in the store. And when they're not there, there's not much of anything that we can do. So any deals you see online, anything that of like in-store activation or any of those phone displays that aren't prepaid but are contract agreements, they are through OSL. They are through that outside phone vendor. He is not able to really do much of anything else. Some assist, I know, in some stores, some assist in others, but there's not really. He's not supposed to really do much of it. They're not really supposed to do much of it. I keep saying he because the person at my store is the male. I apologize. But they're not really supposed to do anything else as a company. They're in our store. They're supposed to be there to sell phones, contract phones, set up the service there if it's a contract. I don't know what they really do for the prepaid service because 9 times out of 10, people don't want prepaid and contract are two separate things. One is you pay for the month of service. The contract is you pay for after the service. That's the best way I can explain it. But he does dabble in both, mainly the contract um, after the service. Uh, the in-store activation deals usually are through him. Sometimes the sale's already on the phone. And you don't have to have that in-store activation. That's usually rollbacks. These are rollbacks or clearance phones. But if you see online, oh, in-store activation, it's through them. There are some stores. I have people come all the time to our store. Hey, well, they did it at this store. Well, that's up to them because it's not built in my training. It's not built in our training at electronics. How to activate a phone, how to do this, how to do that, because it's not something that we're required. It's not built into the policy of it is a nice thing when people are able to do it, but unfortunately, when that happens, people take advantage of that and take the most missed opportunities. Middle of the day, 2 o'clock. Got, there are a million people out in electronics trying to fucking get a game or whatever, and this and that and the other. And I would have to sit there and activate a phone. It's a process because half the time the people that are wanting to get phones activated don't know anything about it. That's usually how, like, not to put them in a box, but usually people who don't want me to activate their phone, let me just find my camera here, who want me to activate the phone also don't know anything about the phone. Like, it's a double edged sword, so it takes about twice the amount of time. And when me and my manager and I went back to electronics, we said that's not longer happening. It is about a year out. We kept telling customers, hey, we'll help you this time, but you need to pay attention. We're not going to help you the next. So that was a big thing. And at this point, 3 or so years later, of me and my manager and I back there with my other coworkers, we sort of have that foot where we're not going to be touching your phone. Like, it's not something I can walk you through it, but if I have to step away, I'm going to need you able to handle it because it's not something I'm going to touch. I can't really give you any answers on why service isn't working. It's not. We don't have access. We don't have access to it. Um, I went off the rails again. That's so funny. This turned into a 16-minute video now. Keep going off the rails. Really, it was just OSL that was just grinding. He had get days off, and usually there's 2 or 3 people I think in a store for the company, so there's someone there every day. But our store hasn't for a while, unfortunately, and it's just a matter of coming back when they're available or going to, if you're needing a contract, going to that store of like the choice of U.S. Cellular, AT&T, Verizon, whatever have you. Or if you need that in-store activation for the prepaid deals, you need to come back then when he's here because there's nothing I will be able to do. Now we're not trained on it. We're not really shown. It's not like a computer learning. It's not in the policy. It's not pay. Like, I will try my best to answer questions, but you asking is there anyone else available is not gonna fix the problem because there isn't. There not. I would be hard pressed to find someone else who could do, like, answer those questions. That where is the one more best in my store? Like, there's always this preconceived notion that you need to know electronics to be working electronics. You really don't. 9 times out of 10, people know what they want to buy, know what they need to buy, or their questions can be answered by looking at the box or reading what's on the back. It's not something that needs a whole lot of like knowledge. You do have to have an understanding of the products. You have to use some of them. You have to be able to problem solve. Like, well, if this doesn't work, well, about this? Like, there's some basic stuff that's needed, but you don't need to know programming. You don't need to know how to hook up a full range sound system or whatever. It's You don't need to know games. Like, it's very misunderstood, and I'm again derailed. But this is my first time talking at a camera again. I think really in this capacity of me rambling. I'm gonna still label this video probably as OSL, like, hey, info. I hope you can pick me up well. I probably should have held this microphone like this. I probably should have held the microphone. Probably would have had better sound all overall. This audio is gonna be super weird. I'm gonna end this video and upload it, and it's gonna be like, what in the world happened? Oh, he picked up the microphone. Let's see what this will do. So I want to get an alarm for it. I could do this when I'm recording like this. Okay. OSL. It's OSL vendor. I can't really help you with it. Like, it's something that it's not happening. It's can't be helped. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. I'm ending up 20 minutes, so I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, comments, want me to do a follow up, said something they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'll answer best to my ability. Everything I say about the job, about Walmart, about everything about this does have to follow some sort of like I can't discuss some security measures, all that stuff. It's not happening. Don't ask. But I won't say any names either. Uh, Otherwise, it's all pretty much open for this open season. I mean, I touched a lot of it in my YouTube shorts, but not a whole lot in depth because it's like limiting me to 60 seconds, and I talk a lot. I talk a lot. Yeah, I know, Sky. But yeah, feel free to comment, questions, concerns, or just want me to elaborate on something. I can. This is really probably my first Walmart video in a while. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I am on Twitch. I am on Facebook, Instagram. I think that might be it. I've some of my friends that do this have been doing this for a while. Do have a Discord. I have thought about that so I can manage my life better. But this is just me recording my life. um, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Did I say subscribe? Yeah, I said subscribe. uh, but yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much.